Says we are streaming live.
Setting up. So are we streaming? Hey, you guys, if you're joining us for Sunday Night Live, hello, hello. I'm joined with the awesome Jennifer Maynard with Healthier, Happier You, and Melissa Ashford Johnson with Life on Purpose. Oh, yay. And we are live. So
we're in.
I'm going to pull this up on my phone so I can see any comments that you guys have too.
It's really good that we're live. We don't have time for any technical difficulty tonight. We don't have time.
No, it's super packed. There's so much good information. And I'm going to start with that awesome recipe I promised last week. So if you're on live, you're on early, here's your special bonus. All forever, you're going to thank me. All you do is take a pork roast, put it in your crock pot, set it on low for 10 hours, like an inch of water in the bottom, 3 drops of cilantro, 3 lime oil, and however much salt you want. That's it, guys. It comes out perfect and delicious every time. We make burritos, nachos, tacos, pulled pork sandwiches, salads, anything you want. So fantastic, so easy. And I'm going to put the recipe.
I'm totally feeling that recipe.
Yes, I know what I'm doing.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome.
That's a gift for me too. I don't know about all you guys joining in with us. That's a gift for me. We love using our oils with our meat, but I've never done that combo. And I love that. I'm excited about trying that. I'll have to give that recipe to my chef. Well, thank you guys for joining us live tonight for Sunday Night Live. We have not only got some hot topics for tonight, but we have a packed, brought to you by the letter
C.
C. I don't know which way is backwards for backwards. I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is C part 1. You wouldn't know it though, you guys, because we are talking about all these beauties tonight. Cilantro and cardamom and cinnamon and cassia and cheer touch and the whole citrus bliss line. Do you even know there was a whole citrus bliss line? And console and console touch. So we got to get busy on this tonight. Now we've already given you a gift for those of you who joined in the beginning, but we want to know, what do you most want to know about all of these beautiful oils? And comment below, whether you're watching us live or on the replay. Comment, what do you want to know about these? Maybe they're sitting on your shelf at home and you're like, I'm not really sure what to do with this. But let us know. Maybe you want to know, what are some great cooking recipes for this? If that's you, comment that below. Cooking recipes.
Cooking, and I will be all over that for you. Just say cooking and I will get with you.
Yes, yes. Or maybe you have some emotional needs, like maybe know somebody who does, dealing with anger or frustration or grief and those kinds of things. Comment below if that's you and you have some questions about that, or maybe you need to add some spice to your love life. If that's you, comment below. Or if you have specific questions about these oils, just type the name of the oil below and we will talk about those tonight. Now, there's so much to cover that if we don't cover your question tonight, we will cover it again in 2 weeks. Okay, so we will get to you. There's so much to pack in. You know, we don't want to keep you guys here for 3 hours, although we could be here, you guys.
We could.
Yeah. So we asked the same question inside our members only Facebook group, and these were the top responses. Let's see. Top responses: is there anything I can use my cilantro for besides using it in my food?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that tonight. Somebody else wanted to know about, a lot of you wanted to know about, yes, dealing with anger and control issues. Help. If that's you or someone in your life, comment below. Fall is here now. It's in full swing. And many of you are wanting to get rid of those toxic candles and plugins. So we're going to talk about that as well. And then if we have time, I know someone else was also talking about needing more boldness in their life and asking if any of your oils can help. We're going to talk about that. And another person had a friend who's grieving a loss, and what can you give her to help? So we'll cover that as well. There were a couple of other questions in the private group as well that we're not going to be able to get to tonight, but we will converse to you privately and help you out. But we just can't get to them tonight on our Sunday Night Live. So let's dive into this. Let's dive into this. Jennifer, you want to start us off?
Yeah, absolutely. So the number one thing that you guys were the most interested in was, what do we do with cilantro besides cook with it? Can we do anything with cilantro besides cook with it? And the answer is a big ol' yeah, you can. Let me tell you, cilantro is kind of mind-blowing, you guys, especially for my friends that feel like they're carrying a little bit of extra weight that they are not fans of. Okay. So this is the oil that you use. Number one, it's all about releasing control. And that's on the emotional level, it's releasing control. But this one is huge for the weight loss. Not only on the emotional level of releasing control, because let's face it, sometimes when we are carrying around extra weight, it's a control issue. We're doing it because we feel the need to shield ourselves or protect ourselves. It's a layer of insulation, if you will. And so the emotional releasing of control is one thing, but the other thing that it does, you guys, it's huge in the detox area for fat loss and weight loss. And we don't have enough time to go into a ton of detail tonight, but let me tell you, if you have cilantro, you can go put it in a veggie capsule with lemon and start taking that on a daily basis. What it's going to do is help you get rid of pockets of fat within your body and flush all that stuff out. It's known as the whoosh effect. There was a video that that Angela Villa did on it that had over 130,000 views a few months ago talking about this. So yes, you can absolutely use it for that. And it helps to get rid too of, on the emotional level, issues buried within your body. So the things that you struggle with, you're not really quite sure how to let go of them, that's the oil for you.
I love it that it goes so far beyond what's on the screen here. That there's so many other uses that we can have with this cilantro. I love that.
Yep.
I love it. So, so let's talk about also, actually, I'm curious, comment below if you've ever seen evidence of physical issues being the result of emotional roots. Because some of that is what Jennifer's talking about here, is that because cilantro, like she was saying, is the oil for releasing control emotionally. Mm-hmm. Think about how that plays in your life physically, especially as it helps with the fat loss. And so if you've ever seen evidence of that in yourself or someone around you that you love, comment below. I'd love to hear about that. I know I have. My dad, I remember that when his my sister passed away, he never dealt with the grief. And it turned out that a few months later, he found himself all the time having this pain in his arm, and he would go to the doctor and they couldn't find anything wrong with him. And finally, the doctor said, you have to grieve the loss of your daughter. And if you don't, the pain is going to come out somehow. And to me, that's just one really clear way of how our emotions can play out physically. And so even in our weight release, our weight journey, it can play a role as well. So, so I love that. Well, I know many of you talked about having anger and control issues, or know someone that you do and want some help. Okay, this beauty, Cardamom, emotionally is the oil of objectivity. Now, many of you know this is sourced from Guatemala, the cardamom seed. And maybe you know some physical benefits of it, but emotionally, this can actually help those who are easily frustrated. Do you have any kids in the morning getting ready for school that just easily get frustrated with each other? Or maybe that's you, or maybe you have a coworker that just easily angers you, this is really good to be, for especially those that are kind of considered to be hotheads. I know probably if you don't know anybody in your life that's a hothead, then probably you're the hothead. I'm just saying, because we all know somebody in our lives that's kind of has that tendency to be angered really easily. But this oil actually can help bring some balance and mental clarity and kind of some objectivity to that. So I love, you can diffuse this in the mornings if that's something that happens, that you find as a pattern in your house, or diffuse it at your workspace, or you could even use it topically like that too. But really kind of help you take ownership of those anger issues and any control issues. Anybody? That's me. Anybody?
I do. And it's funny because I just had a conversation this afternoon with somebody else who is going, oh my gosh, I'm crazy in the mornings. Like, I'm so stressed out. I'm snapping at my kids all the time. And I'm sitting there going, oh, I know what to give her.
Yes, totally. And so let's go back to cilantro for a minute, because cilantro is the oil of releasing control, which we just talked about. So these kind of go hand in hand with each other when you're talking about emotions and things like that. So I don't know, what would you, any guys have any great ideas about using this when you're dealing with control issues? What does it say in our emotions book about using
I don't have the emotions book in here, or I would look real quick. Let me, I'll take a look on the emotions.
Well, let's see, I got it right here.
Okay.
This suggests actually putting it on your throat, over your throat, or just diffusing it. And it goes really well with two other oils that we're talking about tonight. It goes really well with cardamom and with cinnamon. Mm-hmm. So if you don't like the smell of cilantro, you can actually pair it with your cardamom and your cinnamon. So not only are you releasing control, but also releasing some anger there at the same time, because sometimes those kind of go hand in hand. If you don't have control, then you might get really angry and frustrated about that. Mm-hmm. So I love that. Okay, let me share the screen here with you guys so you can also see the cardamom. Now we're going to tell, so you guys can screenshot this, because we don't have time to go over all the benefits of cardamom. You guys know, many of you know the digestive benefits. And I'll just share briefly here. Stephanie shared that the other night she had a bout of food poisoning, and with some spinach and chicken salad. I hope nobody's eating tonight right now, but she said it was just overwhelming, and she was starting to use the Digest Zen and on her stomach and taking it internally. And it was taking the edge off, she said, but it wasn't until she started adding cardamom to it that she got some relief and then was able to go to sleep. So now cardamom is actually in the Digest Zen blend. So that'll give you an idea about how you can use it for your digestion. And it's also in Breathe, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. So, or maybe last week. I don't know, they all run together. But so you can know that this is actually helpful for your respiratory system and for your digestive system. So it's a multi-use tool. Okay, so where are we next?
Next, we are going to, let's see.
Amy, where's that split screen you had that showed?
Oh, yes, thank you.
That's right.
Yes.
It's so awesome. There's so many different ways to use both of those oils. And like we could talk about just one oil for 30 minutes every time, but then it would take us 2 years through the oil. So if you see something on this screen that you want to know more about, just comment below which thing is interesting to you. And we can talk more to you personally about it. If there's a ton of interest, we can even do a separate SNL about it. But this way you get an idea about some of the things these oils can do. And I did want to throw in one more thing about cilantro, because I get asked all the time, what can I do to help my child after vaccinations have been administered? And because cilantro is a heavy metal detox, you can dilute the cilantro and put it on the bottoms of their feet, and that will help pull out the metals and other stuff that goes into those vaccinations, and that can help with recovery time.
I love that. Yes. So you guys screenshot this if you want more of a longer list of these benefits. And like Melissa said, if you want more specifics, if you see something that really jumps out to you, comment below and we'll try to address that on a future SNL or with you personally. Okay, so let's go on to the next hot topic.
Fall is here.
Oh, yes.
And I want to get rid of toxic candles and plugins around me. Now, Melissa, why would we want to do that exactly?
Well, you know, since you put the word toxic right in the question, I feel like that was a softball. But you know, these plugins and the candles and all these things that smell good are made with synthetic fragrances. And for the same reason that you don't want to buy synthetic oils, you don't want to have any synthetic products in your home. Your body is breathing in those chemicals and it is not healthy. It adds to the toxic environment in your home. When we're talking about the wellness pyramid and reducing toxic levels, one of the easiest things you can do is get synthetic products out of your house. And I know some of these different companies are starting to make oils that you can use too, you know, pumpkin spice oil or this or that, and it will say aromatic use only. And I want you to think any company that tells you to only use their oils automatically, or that it's not okay aromatically, or that it's not okay to use them internally and topically and aromatically, that is not something you want around your body. No matter how you get it in your system, it's going to affect your body. Aromatic goes directly into your brain immediately through your oil. Topical use is getting into your bloodstream, and of course internally you're putting it. If you can't use an oil for all three of those, you just don't want it around you. And that's it. The same with the candles. You're still breathing all that synthetic stuff in. It's affecting your respiratory system. It can cause migraines. It can cause hyperactivity. There's so many things associated with those chemicals. So just pull out oils and make it smell great that way.
Well, and yes. I think too, you know, once you get away from having those things, because I can remember I used to love candles. Like I loved the way they smelled. I always wanted to have them going. I thought they were fabulous. You guys, now that I'm 4 years into this and that I have a diffuser and I have candles and I've been doing that, when I smell those candles now, it literally gives me a headache and makes me feel sick.
Now that your body knows the difference. And I know some people may be thinking, oh, I don't have a reaction to that. But it's kind of like we talked about with gut health a few times ago. You may not know how your body's reacting to that until you take it out of your environment. And then when you're not putting yourself around those for a while and you smell it and immediately get a headache, like you said, Jennifer, or you start to have a skin reaction or something like that, that's because now your body's clear of that. So you can see how your body was in fact reacting the whole time, and you just didn't know that that chemical, that scent causing those issues you were having.
Yeah. I'm with you, Jennifer. I was the same way before, and I now get headaches. Yeah, it's a real turnoff for me when I'm around any of those now. And let's not even forget, probably the thing that's biggest on people's minds is the cost factor even. So your plug-in may not cost a whole lot when you plug that in or buy, you know, a pack of them or whatever, or the candles, but your oils are actually less expensive. They're costing pennies per drop. So you may be able to make a diffuser that lasts all day long, 8 hours, 10 hours, and you've only spent 20 cents, you know? And so it's really the cost factor, and you're not only not harming your body, but you're actually doing your body a benefit. So I don't know any Glade plugins that actually will help boost my immune system or will help my body breathe better. You know, that's just a simple fact. Well, we could stay on our soapbox all day about this, but we do want to share with you guys. We want to help you hit the easy button, really. What's an easy way to kind of get started in switching? Okay. So we want to give you 2 really simple, fun fall recipes that are going to help you feel like your home smells like fall. Because that's what really you're shooting for, right? When you're using the Glade plugins, at least that was what my goal was when I'm using those, or the candles or things like that. This is what I love. It's called Crisp Autumn Spice. You'll need 4 drops of your cardamom that we talked about tonight. You'll need 2 drops of your wild orange, 1 drop of clove, which we're going to talk about next week, and 1 drop of cinnamon bark, which we're talking about. So I love this one. Screenshot it if you want it. And we'll put it also in the comments below. What, Melissa?
So I have to reiterate what you said. Not only is your house going to smell like fall, like how you want it to, but you're with these oils in there, you're supporting your immune system. It doesn't just smell good. You're helping your body feel better. You're always getting some kind of benefit from the oils that you choose, even if you think, oh, it's just going to smell good. It will smell good, but you're
not just you.
Really positive for your body.
Not just you too, but your kids, your house, the people that come to your house.
Yeah. Anyone around you who's breathing. Okay, we're gonna give you guys one more. We can't just leave you guys with one. We're gonna give you guys one more. Where'd it go here for me? Let me see if I can find it.
There's more.
There's more.
Oh, I can't find it now. Okay, I'll have to go find it. I'll have to share it with you guys after, I think, because I'm not seeing it right here. Okay, I'll have to share with you guys after. I thought I had it pulled up right here. So now, if you want more, we have plenty. We have actually some diffuser blends that just, if you love cardamom and you want some diffuser blends just with that, or you just want some with cassia or cinnamon in there, we have tons more available to you guys inside our private members group. So if you're a member of that, you can go right into the albums section and you can see that. In fact, I've posted about it just recently, so you'll probably find it near the top as well. You can find all those at your heart's content. If you are not a part of our members group and you're wanting to know how you can be a part of our members group, just comment below, I want in. I want in, or let me in, and we'll connect with you and help you get set up with that. It's one of the perks of being a part of our members group. So, okay, what's
we're talking now, Cassia.
Yes. Oh, yes. Cassia. Let's keep going about Cassia.
Yes. Would you like for me to dive in and talk a little bit about it emotionally?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Now, isn't this the same as cinnamon?
No, it's very similar. We're going to let Melissa talk about that in a minute. I'll talk about the emotional piece of it first, and then Melissa, if you want to kind of dive in and talk a little bit about that, because I know Cassia is one of your favorite oils, and you also add it to a certain yummy recipe that we're going to talk about here in a minute. So Cassia, you guys, it's the oil of self-assurance. So one of the questions that we had was, I need more boldness in my life. Can any of my oils help? And guess what? It's this one. The profile of it is very similar to cinnamon, okay? But so what it does is it's super helpful to people that are timid, that are shy, that just have a hard time kind of getting out there a little bit. And it causes us to try something new, even when we're worried about failing or making a mistake. Who didn't need some of that in their life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also helps people to see their real value. Now, did you guys have any idea that an oil that smells a lot like cinnamon could do all of that for you? And then there's what Melissa does with it in a certain recipe.
It's even easier than my other one, because you can take any chocolate chip cookie recipe and add 7 drops of cassia, and then you have delicious, awesome cinnamon chocolate chip cookies. They are so good. The end. That's all I have to say about it.
You know, that's a great way to, like, especially as we're coming into the holiday season, to just spice up, pun intended, to spice up just a regular, chocolate chip recipe. It's not just your regular run-of-the-mill chocolate chip cookie recipe. It's your fun fall festive one. So as you're getting ready for coming into the fall season, you can do that. I love that. Yes. Well, cassia has tons of other physical benefits as well. Think of all of your spice oils as helpful to your digestive system. So it's another one that's helpful for your digestive system. Like as cardamom is, and cinnamon and cilantro. But we don't have time to go into great detail about cassia. So screenshot if you want some more info about it. Jennifer?
Yeah, there's just one thing I want to point out. You guys may notice that third bullet point there says it may help to support a healthy immune system. So going on Melissa's premise that we added to the cookies.
Eat more cookies.
Eat more cookies, you guys. I'm giving you carte blanche to eat more chocolate chip cookies as long as they have cassia in it, because it's going to build your immune system.
That's right. So
You're
I'm
welcome.
doing it for my immune system.
To those of us who are all in the reset group and who are still on Whole30, we'll just cover our ears during all of this. Or you can have your fun fall tea like I'm having. I added cassia and cinnamon and cardamom and a little ginger for my fun fall tea right now too. So we're adding some boldness in our life. And let's just say one more thing about, well, actually we didn't talk a whole lot about cinnamon, but I'm gonna pull up the screen here.
Not going in alphabetical order tonight. But
I know, so we're technically not exactly in alphabetical order.
And I'll start with C.
So before any of you guys message us and say, in case you didn't know, I comes before.
We know.
We know. We're just.
And I'm going to jump in with the fun fact about cinnamon versus cassia. They're both in the same family.
Yes.
But cassia is actually what you're probably used to. If you're buying cinnamon at the grocery store, it is most likely from the cassia plant, not from the cinnamon bark, the tree cinnamon oil. So that's one of the reasons I actually like it in the cookies, is because it's got a little bit sweeter taste and it tastes like how you expect cinnamon to taste. The cinnamon bark is a little stronger. It's a little spicier. It's just a little different than the cassia, but they are related very closely.
Yes. And I love that you mentioned that too, Melissa, because so the cassia, just so you know the differences. So the cassia comes in a 15 milliliter. The cinnamon bark comes in a 5 milliliter. But they both kind of have a sweetness to them. It's a natural sweetness that comes from that part of the plant, which is very cool, because when I add it to my tea, I have like a little bit of a hint of sweetness to it. So I love that. But so cinnamon bark is one of those, just think of it as like the oil when you need to kill all the things.
Yes.
You need to kill all the things. When you want to add a little sweetness into your tea or your coffee, or add a little flavor. And it is a little bit different than the cassia as far as your physical benefits and things like that. Well, and to the aroma is just a little bit different in the flavor too. But I love because it has a warming effect on your body too, kind of like we talked about the other week with black pepper. But we ask you guys in our customers group, ask you guys, does anybody needing a little help with spicing up their love life? And only one person said yes. And we all agree, Jennifer and Melissa and I polled each other, and we all agree that the rest of you are lying.
Liars.
Lying. Liar.
So we're going to go ahead and address this as a hot topic, because unintended on that too, because cinnamon bark is a hot, spicy oil.
You are just full of the puns tonight, Amy.
One pun. So cinnamon bark is very helpful. It's got some aphrodisiac properties to it. And so this is a great oil to use when you're needing to add a little spice into your love life. And you can actually diffuse this when you want the mood to be there. There's also some other oils like ylang ylang, sandalwood. I'm trying to think of some other ones that we have used. Which one?
You know it, Jasmine.
Jasmine. Oh, how can I forget jasmine? You can diffuse those when you're wanting to set the mood. And then you can also, I think in the Essential Life book, you can grab in the intimacy section. There is also a recipe that you can use with your cinnamon that you can use for it topically as well. So I'm going to share that with you all, since you all pretended like you did not want any spice in your love life. So
I'm just gonna throw this out there. If you want to know more about this area, comment below asking for a friend.
Yes, say asking for a friend, and we will totally believe you.
And not that anybody is going to listen to a word I say based off of what Amy, because everybody's now thinking about what Amy said. One thing for you to know emotionally about cinnamon is it is just like it can also help to increase the mood, right? On the emotional level, it helps you to find. So if you are lacking, yep. Oh, look, it's the oil of sexual.
But kids in the room.
It helps you to find your passion. So if you feel like you're just kind of going through life and you're kind of ho-hum and there's not a lot of excitement there, guess what? Cinnamon is your oil.
Yes, yes. Okay, so let's move on. Now we're gonna switch out. We're gonna still be not totally alphabetical, but we're gonna move on because there was another hot topic of knowing someone who is grieving a loss, and how can we help that friend. I have a friend also that is also grieving a loss right now, and I actually shared this oil with her. So we're talking about Console, the Console blend. I don't have a picture up for this one because we did a last minute switch. Console blend, and then it also comes in a pre-diluted roller bottle. Comment below if you love your Console.
I do.
So this is a blend. Who can help me out with what's in this? I know there's patchouli in it because it smells a little hippie to me.
There's frankincense, patchouli, ylang ylang, sandalwood, and then some other oils that are not typically common oils to us, but those are kind of the main ones in it.
Yeah, so to me, this smells a little bit hippie because of the patchouli in it. But I will tell you, this is a powerful oil. And this is one of a part of the entire emotional aromatherapy blend of oils. I think, so there's 6 of them, and this is one of the more calming blends. And I will tell you, I've had friends grieving loss. I've had a friend who lost her husband and was having trouble sleeping. And this was the oil that she felt like was the first time she was able to get a good night's sleep. She had this diffusing and was using it topically. I have another friend that recently lost her 8-month-old baby, and something that you would never hope anybody has to deal with. And she has been using this oil, and she said for the first time she has been feeling just a little sense of peace. And she started crying when I told her, I said, this is like, use this as like your warm blanket wrapped around you when you need some comfort and console. I know this oil has meant a lot to you as well, Melissa.
Yes, I go into it pretty deeply in our Oil Camp 3, but I will say that even though it's been 10 years since my loss, there's still times when that comes up, especially unexpectedly, when you're just not prepared for those emotions. And I carry mine with me. My Console's always with me, so that if that happens, I have something I can use right and to help me combat that and feel ready to move forward and just continue with the rest of my day. So it's something I always carry it with me.
Yeah. So I love these. Now I have both because I like to use them multiple ways. But if you're wondering like which one, like if I'm going to get one, which should I start with? Well, I like the bottle because it's versatile. You can use it to diffuse it. You can use it aromatically, or you could make your own roller bottle and use it topically. But if you want something more that's on the go and ready and convenient, but you can only use it topically, then go with the Console Touch. Also great for if you're not sure how to dilute a ratio, maybe for your kids or something, or someone tiny, then you can have this ready to go. So I love that.
Letter C, but I'm going to throw this in. Another good combination to have with the Console is the Forgive. Because when we're grieving, a lot of times we have guilt for ourselves, or we're angry at God, or there's a forgiveness aspect. And when you combine Forgive and Console, it's so powerful.
Yes, I love that you mentioned that, Melissa, because the different stages of grief that we have to go through at some point, and hopefully we don't get stuck in different stages of that. We can do that. So, hey, if this is a topic you want to talk more about and want us to cover more in a later Sunday Night Live, comment below with grief, and we can cover that topic in more detail.
And
Okay,
if
so
this is something really personal to you,
Yeah.
especially, I know that this time of year can be hard for people. If you just feel like you need help and you want someone to talk to, just reach out to any of us, and we can be there for you. If you don't have anyone, if you need someone, know that we are here. We are a tribe, and this is part of what we do. So don't feel like you can't talk to somebody.
yeah, I love, and that's a good segue, Melissa, into the next oil that we're going to talk about. This is the next blend. We have 2 blends more to talk about, but cheer. This is a time of year, just like you said, Melissa, that we're moving into a time where, we're about to have our time change for everybody except Arizona. Well, and Florida. They don't do that right now anymore too, right? I don't know. Most everybody goes through a time change. And so we are going to start seeing less daylight and things like that. And this is the time of year where people start to struggle some more with sadness and things like that. And I love, because this blend is like sunshine in a bottle. So if you are in a place where maybe you're seeing less sunshine and you need a little sunshine in your life, need a little sunshine in a bottle, I love this blend, Cheer. This is also part of that emotional aromatherapy. So that you can get all of those together, or you can get them individually. This is more of one of the more uplifting ones. And what's in this one, Jennifer? You got it for us?
I'm trying. Okay, so ginger, wild orange, cinnamon, and clove. So looky there. Our sea oils are in it.
Yes, so we're having a little crossover here with that. So yeah, think of this as like sunshine in a bottle. And this one also comes just like the Console in the 5 milliliter bottle, so that you can diffuse or use topically, or the pre-diluted touch roller that is convenient and ready to use. And you can roll it on your wrists, behind your ears. All your pulse points are good places to put those oils, or you can diffuse it.
Over your
And
heart.
Oh, go ahead. What?
Over your heart.
Yes, and over your heart too. Now, my Asher, my little twin, he, even at 3 years old, he was like a commercial for this oil. I wish I'd had it on video when he first told me this. He always wanted to take this bottle and just roll it across his forehead. I didn't feel like that was the best place to put it, but you know what? I just let him do it. And you know what? It still worked for him. And you know what he would tell me? He would say, Mama, when I put the, in his best little 3-year-old voice, Mom, when I put this on my forehead, my face goes from this to this.
I love him.
And that's all you have to say about this oil. It just makes you go from sad face to happy face. Okay. So last, but not least, we're going to talk about the whole line of the blend of Citrus Bliss.
Oh, so good.
Who doesn't love your citrus oils?
Oh,
In fact, actually comment below with what your favorite citrus oil is, because this is a blend of all of your favorite citrus oils, right?
All the favorites. Yep, I've got the list here. It is lemon, bergamot, tangerine, green mandarin, grapefruit, and wild orange.
Yes. And now let's see. Oh, and it has clementine in it, which is one of the freebies that we get this month. So if you're not sure how to get the free clementine, comment below with clementine and we'll help you figure that out too. Yes. So think of all your favorite citrus oils. Yes. What do you guys love about Citrus Bliss? Tell your favorite thing about it.
Okay, well, my favorite thing about it is that it's my kiddo's favorite oil. He loves this one, and the reason why he loves it so much is because it smells like a creamsicle, y'all.
It does.
It smells like orange, creamy, vanilla goodness. That's what it smells like.
Yes, yes. What do you love about it, Melissa?
I love that it makes my kids stop fighting.
Yes.
I diffuse Citrus Bliss with Serenity, and we are like good. We are just calm and good and getting along.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Any other parents out there excited about that now? I am. You know what I love about this is this is actually an oil that comes up frequently for my boys on their scans when I do an iToby scan for them. And I have found it's so helpful for the immune system. It's not one that you normally think of. You know, you think of your guard, or you might think of your, oregano, your arbor vitae, but actually your citrus bliss is very supportive to your immune system as well. And so sometimes we will add this when we're trying to keep our immune systems supported too. So yes, I love this one, and I actually use it sometimes to help me get a good night's sleep. Now, this may seem odd because citrus oils seem really and it's called invigorating blend, but I've had more than one person tell me that they get a great night's sleep when they're diffusing citrus bliss. So if you're looking for another good combination for putting in your diffuser, or if you want to try something new tonight, put a few drops of your citrus bliss in and see how that works for you.
It is, Amy. It's uplifting, but it's not stimulating. So if you have trouble falling asleep because you are having sad feelings, or you're dealing with different emotions or stress or that kind of thing, it makes that part go away because it uplifts, but it doesn't stimulate.
I love that. Okay, awesome.
She's so smart.
I know. Well, that's why we have her on too with us.
What does that say about us, Amy?
I don't know. Let's see. I didn't even get to say hi to everybody. Patricia and Jennifer. Oh, it says Jennifer Maynard that you're watching.
Hi.
Hey, Nicole. Hey, Austin. Hey, Sherry. Gosh, you guys have got some great comments in here, and we haven't even addressed anything.
Well, it's because we knew that if we did, we were going to be on here for 2 hours. So
yes, I know. So we'll be going back through. If you're just joining, please go back to the beginning and get Melissa's awesome recipe that I'm going to be stealing from her with your cilantro. And we'll come back and check all your comments and questions, and we'll come back and engage with you guys. Let's continue this discussion. Now, next week, we should be doing letter C part 2, but we're going to break this up a bit because I don't know if you guys know what's coming.
Holiday gift guide.
Now, before you panic because you all of a sudden realize Christmas is coming and you're not prepared, okay? We're going to help you get prepared. So next Sunday night, we're not going to be doing our doTERRA A to Z. We're going to break it up, and we're going to be talking about the holiday catalog and all of the holiday items and gift ideas that you can do as you prepare, because those will all be starting to be made available to you starting November 1st, right?
Yes.
Right? November 1st?
Yes.
So we'll share with you guys so that you can already be planning ahead of time, because a lot of these items sell out in sometimes hours to a few days. Yeah. So if you already are eyeing some things for gifts, you'll want to know about them ahead of time. So we'll cover everything that's going to be released on November 1st and some ideas with those. And then we'll pick back up with our doTERRA A to Z, letter C part 2 the following week. So we'll be talking about clary sage and clary calm and clove and cedarwood and copaiba and just so much more goodness, you guys. So much more. Yes. And Jennifer is going to be singing a song for us about copaiba. Right, you guys want to stay tuned for that.
Oh, now I have to sing. I never. Oh.
Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Start commenting below. We'll start asking you what your holiday ideas are and questions are. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.